Hollywood season is already upon us. The red carpets, the tuxedos, the dresses, the teams to all make it all happen. But what brings those amazing films to life? Their stories. You see, movies make those stories come to life. The story is inspired by one award-winning movie. The movie was nominated 8 times and won 4 Oscars in 4 different categories: Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actor, and Best Writing of the Screenplay. Can you imagine? He could have read 2 pages at once, one with each eye. He memorized 12,000 books, word for word. Doctors said to institutionalize him. His father said no. And the person with the broken or somewhat crazy brain inspired the movie Rain Man. When Kim Pak was born on November 11th, 1951, doctors took one look at his skull and delivered a devastating verdict to his parents. His head was abnormally large. Brain scans showed catastrophic abnormalities. He was missing his corpus callosum. That's the bundle of 200 million nerve fibers that connect the brain's 2 hemispheres. Without it, doctors said, he would never walk, he would never talk or function independently. He would be a vegetable. Their recommendation was clear: institutionalize him now, immediately, and move on with your lives. Awards for the real Rain Man. Welcome to Dream Builders Diaries, building dreams one story at a time. I'm Jeannie Kraft. Here at Dream Builders Diaries, we dive deep into the personal stories of entrepreneurs and artists, innovators, and everyday visionaries just like you. We believe that every dream starts with a story worth telling, and by sharing these stories, we aim to empower you to create your own dream and the story behind it. Before we get started, grab a piece of paper and a pencil or a pen if you don't already have one, because inspiration, ideas, and dreams come and go very quickly. Don't let yours get away. Meet Kim Pak, the man whose extraordinary memory and mind inspired one of Hollywood's most iconic characters. His story isn't about the savant skills alone. It's about a father's love, human connection, and redefining what it means to be different with very special needs. Kim's father, Fran Pak, looked at his newborn son and said, "No, we will not institutionalize him." He took Kim home and discovered that his son's swollen brain could do things no normal brain could ever do. By the age of 3, while other children were still learning to count to 10, Kim Pak was memorizing entire books after reading them only once, not just remembering their story, memorizing every word, every page number, even every punctuation mark. His father would read to him at bedtime. The next morning, Kim could recite the entire book backwards and forwards without a single error. As Kim grew, his abilities became more extraordinary and more unexplainable. He could read a book in approximately 1 hour by reading both pages simultaneously, his left eye reading the left page and his right eye reading the right page, both processing independently and simultaneously. He retained 98% of everything he read. I wish I could do that. Over his lifetime, Kim Pak memorized approximately 12,000 books: history, literature, geography, music, sports statistics, Shakespeare, the Bible, phone directories, zip codes, almanacs, and encyclopedias. And for those of you who may be too young to know, an encyclopedia was a book many years ago, or a series of books, that was an alphabetical compilation of knowledge, basically. It's kind of the precursor of the internet. Anyway, Kim's mind absorbed it all permanently. Ask him what happened on March 15th, 1847, and he would instantly tell you it was a Monday. Describe the historical events from that day and quote newspaper articles and list even the weather patterns. Ask him about zip code 84321, and he would tell you, that's Logan, Utah. Population 48,174. Coordinates 41.7 degrees north, 111.8 degrees west. Home of Utah State University. Founded in 1888. His brain worked like a supercomputer with unlimited storage, except no computer could match his speed or accuracy. Scientists studied Kim extensively, trying to understand how a brain without a corpus callosum could function at all, let alone at superhuman levels. Their theory? Without the normal barrier between the hemispheres, information flowed freely across his entire brain, creating extraordinary memory capacity and unusual neural connections. But the remarkable gift came with devastating costs. You see, Kim never learned how to button his shirt. He couldn't brush his teeth independently. He walked with difficulty and awkwardness, and his motor skills were severely impaired by his brain abnormalities. Social interaction baffled him. He struggled to understand sarcasm and metaphors and abstract concepts, or why people sometimes said things they didn't really mean. He needed his father Fran for everything: dressing, eating, bathing, navigating the world. Fran became Kim's lifelong caregiver, protector, and companion, dedicating his life to caring for the son doctors said would never be worth the effort. For decades, Kim lived quietly with his father in Salt Lake City, Utah. His extraordinary abilities were known only to the family and to the local library staff, who marveled and continued to be amazed at the man who'd memorized their entire collection. Then in 1984, everything changed. Screenwriter Barry Morrow met with Kim Peek at a conference for people with disabilities. Barry asked him a casual question about historical dates, expecting a slow, labored response. Instead, Kim instantly rattled off the historical event, weather pattern, and newspaper headlines from that exact date, decades earlier, with perfect accuracy and lightning speed. Barry was stunned. He spent hours talking with Kim, asking him impossible questions, watching this man with severe disabilities access information faster than any reference library. But what struck Barry most wasn't Kim's abilities. It was his warmth, his gentle humor, and his genuine interest in people, his humanity shining through his differences. Barry decided to write a screenplay inspired by Kim. That screenplay became Rain Man, written particularly well because Kim and his father were direct contributors. In 1988, Rain Man was released, starring Dustin Hoffman as Raymond Babbitt, a savant with extraordinary mathematical and memory abilities and profound social difficulties. The character was based directly on Kim Peck, although the film changed several details for dramatic purposes, including making Raymond autistic. Kim was never autistic. He had a unique constellation of conditions resulting from his brain abnormalities, but he was not autistic. Dustin Hoffman met Kim before filming to understand how to portray him very authentically. And after spending time with Kim, Hoffman said, meeting Kim changed my understanding of what the human mind is capable of and what compassion truly means. Rain Man became a cultural phenomenon, introducing millions of people worldwide to savant syndrome and neurodiversity. And Kim Peck, the real Rain Man, suddenly became famous. After the film's release, Fran and Kim traveled extensively, giving presentation about Kim's abilities and advocating for people with disabilities. They visited schools and universities and hospitals and at conferences all across America and even internationally. Audiences came expecting to see a curiosity, a human calculator, a circus sideshow maybe. What they found was something far more profound. A man who loved Shakespeare, who laughed at jokes when he understood them, who asked about people's families and remembered every detail they shared for years afterward. Kim would stand on stage and people would test him with impossible questions. What day of the week was August 17, 1921? Tuesday. Babe Ruth hit his 139th career home run that day against the Detroit Tigers, was his reply. What's the population of Burkina Faso? Well, the population is approximately 2.2 million as of 2009. Wow. Recite the opening of Hamlet. Kim would recite the entire first act verbatim, including stage directions without hesitation. Scientists remained baffled. NASA studied Kim's brain structure using advanced imaging. Neurologists wrote papers, and researchers proposed theories about his unique neural architecture. Nobody could ever explain how his mind worked, but Kim didn't care about being explained or studied. He cared about connecting people. After every presentation, he would spend hours meeting audience members individually, asking them about their lives, offering book recommendations based on their interests, even making them laugh, making them feel seen and heard and connected with. His father friend watched his son, who had been written off as a hopeless at birth, inspire thousands of people simply by being authentically himself. On December 19, 2009, Kim Peck died of a heart attack at the age of 58. His death made headlines worldwide. Scientists mourned the loss of one of the most extraordinary minds ever studied. But the people who met him mourned something else: his kindness, his enthusiasm, his genuine joy in connecting with others, his ability to make everyone he met feel important. After Kim's death, his brain was donated to science. Researchers are still studying it today, still trying to understand how a brain with such severe structural abnormalities produce such extraordinary abilities. They've discovered some answers. His brain compensated for missing structures by developing highly unusual neural connections. His memory centers were massively overdeveloped, and his neural pathways were unlike anything documented in medical literature. But they still can't fully explain how Kim could read 2 pages simultaneously with different eyes processing different material. How he memorized 12,000 books with 98% retention. How could he do it? How he could access any piece of stored information instantly, like a biological search engine. Some mysteries maybe just aren't meant to be solved, only witnessed, celebrated, and honored. So this is the season for awards for movies and great performances. Remember that there just might be a true story behind your favorite movie, the favorite movie of the moment. Remember that a man born without the part of his brain that connects left and right connected with everyone he met anyway. So why this diary? Because this diary demonstrates the magic behind how precious every life is. Kim Peck proved that disability and genius can coexist in the same person, that a brain missing critical structures can still produce miracles, that someone who couldn't button his own shirt could change how the world understands human potential and neurodiversity. I also share this diary because this powerful diary celebrates the virtues of pride and patience and planning and resoluteness. His dad proved that he could be as resolute as he needed to be for all 58 years. But Kim proved that normal is overrated and different does not mean less, and that the most extraordinary minds sometimes come in the most unexpected packages. Doctors said he would never function. He memorized more books than most people will read in 10 lifetimes. His brain was oversized, not broken. And it was just a bit different and better in some things than any normal brain could ever be. I can see why. Can you? His father refused to give up on him, and Kim spent 58 years proving that medical predictions are not destiny, that love matters more than prognosis, and that every human life has immeasurable worth. But his greatest gift was showing the world what true brilliance looks like. Hmm, maybe a great plan is part of your dream too. So, as we recap and we think about it, what's your biggest takeaway from our story today? How does this story relate to your beliefs and what you can accomplish now and for the new year ahead? Dreamers, believe in yourself. Be passionate, work smart, know your why, apply what you learn every day. And as you ponder the source of your dream in this diary, I wish you well. I wish you an abundance of resources and knowledge and wisdom with your time and your future success with your dream. Enjoy life and always be kind. I'm going to leave you with this quotation. Man gives you the award, but God gives you the reward. That's by Denzel Washington, another Oscar winner. Man gives you the award, but God gives you the reward. Thanks, Denzel. Special thanks to Fran Peck, the father who said no to doctors, but yes to his son. And to Kim, who spent a lifetime proving that love and determination can defy any diagnosis. This story is used for the better understanding of how our dream, once defined, impacts our thoughts and our actions. Special thanks to those of you who listen to Dream Builders Diaries regularly. I'm grateful to you. The honor to spend time with you is all mine. But if you don't have it yet, get your 90-day Dream Builder's Diary by Jeannie Craft on Amazon. Like and share this diary, subscribe, and contact us to share your story. Thank you very much. Until next time, building dreams one story at a time. Bye, guys.